back he goes. And that is Mike Wiles, Smith's co-driver, talking to Jeff Allam, who's sharing with race leader Rob Gravitt, and that's Gravitt's pit signal. Rob Gravitt leads, Guy Edwards second, Bristow third, Sears fourth, Walker fifth, and Steve Soper is leading Class B in 8th position. And there is the BMW M3. Steve Soper, last year he drove for the German Eggenberger team in the Sierra. He's got smoke pouring from the right front of the car where the wing is obviously damaging the tyre. He's driven in Escorts, Ibs, Minis, Fiestas, Metros, Rovers, Fords, and now the BMW. Coming down to the chicane at 70 miles an hour. Right, left. Change up, down towards Redgate. Approaching at 125 miles an hour. Chasing the Sierra ahead, which is Dave Pinkney in 7th position. And he's going to catch him soon, and look at that wing! Now, up to the Craner curves at 120 miles an hour, dropping downhill and accelerating. Up to the old hairpin, down into 3rd gear, and he's going to take Pinkney before he gets there, and he does so. So, Steve Soper is up into 7th position. Out of the hairpin, now climbing towards McLean's, past John Morris's VW Golf, and now he's after Mike Newman's Sierra, which is in 6th position. Out of McLean's, on to Coppice at 100 miles an hour, and that wing still flapping alongside the door on the right-hand side. And Steve Soper not a bit ruffled. And meantime, race leader Rob Gravitt is catching the 2 BMWs in front of him. That's Godfrey Hall and Ian Forrest and John Llewellyn. There is Godfrey Hall, number 43. Forrest behind him in the white BMW. There's Llewellyn. And Gravitt is behind Llewellyn. Coming up to pass him now. There's Guy Edwards. There is Bristow, 3.5 seconds between the first 3. And Sears is in 4th place. Down the straight. And Forrest in the white BMW is all over Hall's car. Looking to the right, looking to the left as they come down to the chicane to see a way through, but there isn't one. And Rob Gravitt coming up fast behind them. Down to Redgate. This is Rob Gravitt's opportunity to close the gap and lap the 2 BMWs and put them between him and the 2nd and 3rd men. And that's Phil Dowsing coming out of the pits in the Toyota Corolla, down to Craner. Gravitt is lapping Forrest. And Forrest nearly loses it. Locks up the right front, smoke pouring from the tyre. Godfrey Hall is pulling away. In car now with Guy Edwards, 2nd place ahead. Rob Gravitt is being held up by the BMWs. He's past Forrest. Now Gravitt's got to try and take Hall, and Edwards has got to try and get past Forrest. That's the white car in front. And Gravitt is past Hall. Edwards is past Forrest. And Bristow is right behind Guy Edwards. What a terrific scrap for the first 3 places. In car with Bristow in 3rd position, past Forrest. Edwards is past Hall. And Van Cowen savages Mike Smith. Now that is what I would call tit for tat. Off goes Mike Smith, stationary, losing places. He's got to get the Sierra going again. And number 33 is Frank Sidner. The chicane, Gravitt, Edwards, Bristow, all together. Now, is anything going to happen on the run down to Redgate? Let's have a look. There's Gravitt, Edwards, Bristow, 1.7 seconds covers the first 3 on lap 21. On to Craner. Now, this race could be won on the pit stops. It's that close at the front. Gravitt, Edwards, Bristow, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and there, number 7, David Sears is about to lap the 2 BMWs, 4th position, up to McLean's. Gravitt still leads. Number 10, Guy Edwards there in 2nd place, and Gravitt has just put up the fastest lap so far. 1 minute 44.9, 94.1 miles an hour. And there is Mike Newman in 6th position. But not anymore, not anymore. As I said, a gigantic explosion that looks like engine, and Mike Newman is definitely out of the race. And into the pits comes Mike Smith to change over with Mike Wiles, his co-driver. Now, this is critical. If they're slow here, they'll lose time and they'll lose places, and they've still got to do up the harness. Mike Smith helping Wiles, and Mike has certainly had an eventful race.
One spin because the Astra moved offline on me when I was lapping it, and the other spin I'm going to talk to Mr. Van Cowen about down here at Redgate. I took him on the outside and he just bashed me in the back ring and knocked me off.
Oh dear, that sounds a heavy number, but meantime, here is Steve Soper leading the B class, 6th overall. It's a left-hand drive car. He's going to change over with James Weaver. And meantime, they're working on changing the tyres and taping up that damaged front wing. Out goes James Weaver. Driver change in the BMW. And at the chicane, Gravett is still out there leading. There is Edwards in second position and Bristow behind in third. Sears in the second Blue Sierra, fourth. And into the pits comes Bristow. Now he's going to change over with Tiffany Dell in the orange helmet. Meantime, Sears has gone up into third position, and there is no tyre change, you will note, on the Bristow car. Tiffany Dell, ex-Grand Prix driver, into the Sierra, out of the pit lane, into the race. And that was a really slick pit stop. Excellent work. Tiffany Dell joins the track, back onto the circuit now. Bristow walks back to the pit. A job well done. And that's Tim Harvey waiting to relieve Sears. And Jeff Allen is ready there somewhere to take over from Rob Gravett. There he is. That's Jeff Allen. Hasn't driven for a while. And here's Rob Gravett. What a great drive. He's coming up to lap John Cleland, who's leading Class C in the Vauxhall Astra and is the overall championship leader. And past him he goes. Rob Gravett got a tremendous power advantage, and we're in car with Guy Edwards in second place. There's Cleland ahead, but you remember Rob Gravett has just lapped, so Gravett is ahead of Cleland. And Edwards will want to get past Cleland immediately after the chicane and before Redgate. There's Edwards. And Gravett has stopped short of his pit. He's come in and he's stopped short. And Edwards is in. Edwards is in the background. That should gain him a lot of time. And now Sears is in for Harvey to take over, for Tim Harvey in the yellow helmet to take over. Gravett is helping Allen with the belts. Very important. They've got to get properly tightened up. And out goes Tim Harvey. And that is Jeff Allen. He has taken over from Rob Gravett. And then it's Wyn Percy in place of Guy Edwards, and there is Tiffany Dell through in the lead as Harvey comes out of the pits in second place. Allen comes out in third place, and immediately behind him, Wyn Percy is fourth. So Tiffany Dell is looking good. In car with Wyn Percy, fourth position, Jeff Allen ahead. Craner curves. And from the Craner curves to the old hairpin. And Percy is catching Allen, no doubt about it. Damon Hill is right behind Percy. That is number 5, and he has taken over from Sean Walker, and he's in 5th position. In car with Percy, 4th place. Allen ahead. Damon Hill is right behind. You can't see him, but Wyn Percy can, and there is Hill. Up to McLean's. And Percy's losing it. No, he's not. Masterly recovery, but he's drifted out wide. He's lost time, and Damon Hill goes through. Damon Hill through into 4th position. Percy attacks. He's got the momentum. He's past Damon Hill. No, Hill is still ahead as they come down to the chicane. And Hill tucks in on the apex, maintains his place. 4th place. Wyn Percy, number 10, in 5th position. Down to Redgate. Jeff Allen, number 21, is in 3rd place. That is Damon Hill, and number 10 there is Wyn Percy in 5th position. So, Hill is still in 4th place, and that is Tiffany Dell leading the race at the old hairpin. Lap 30, in car with Win Percy, 5th place.